because I tell you, it is it is so much fun to do
Mhm.
what we did today, and I'll talk a little bit about that when I get started. But uh, yeah, I've been listening and everything. Somebody asked about the weather. Uh, hey, the weather's perfect here. It seems like sun was out and the skies are blue. And you got a little rain there, Chuck. Is that the issue? You got a little rain?
Yeah, well, more than a little bit. We've had a good deal of rain over the past 48 hours or so. I think we heard from our buddy Jeff earlier today, if I'm not mistaken. He said he thought he had left the rain behind, but it apparently came with him.
Well,
So
he took the weather to Colorado.
yeah, I don't know. That might just be more of it. He might bring some of it back with him when he comes back. So we'll see how that plays out.
But it's been beautiful here for me in Tebos.
It says it's raining cold in Melbourne. Uh, anyway, pretty neat. So let's do this real quick. Give me a feel if you're signing in from YouTube. If you're signing in from YouTube, just say I'm signing in from YouTube. We're live with YouTube tonight.
Hey, Tebos, they can't, if they're on YouTube, they can't post in the air.
Oh, they can't post in here. Okay.
Right.
Well, if you're signing in from YouTube, hello. I thought they could post. That's fine. All right. Henry, doing pretty good over on YouTube now. Henry keeps up with those stats. 12,059 views. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I want to get started and I want to get into the meat of it. But today, if you look at what happened in the market indexes, I think about a 2 year, it's been 2 years since you had a day like this. But, you know, the markets have these every now and then. And I spent most of my day, I would say, with my hands in my pocket because I like to watch the development. And then as Chuck was talking about, I go in to take advantage of the opportunities. There's a bunch of them for tomorrow and the next day after today. I can just tell you that right now. So we had something happen today. I've been trading for a long time, and I'm going to introduce you to in a little bit probably some famous traders. And the reason I say that with these famous traders, they got to be part of something today I've only seen maybe a couple times in 40 years of trading. And we'll talk about it in a little bit, but I haven't seen that. I know, and it's been at least twice in my career, what I saw today. And to give you the setup, if you think the market is going up, correct? Going up, what do? You buy a call option, correct? And if you're right on the direction, you normally get paid, correct? Is that the way it typically works? Buy a call option, the underlying ticker goes up, and you make money. How many people understand that concept with options? It's a simple concept that the whole option market is built upon. And the other side of that, if you think the market's going down, you buy what's known as a put option, correct? And if the market goes down, you should make money, correct? Simple, straightforward. Today, you're going to get to meet some of these people in a little bit. And Chuck and Jonathan, I want y'all to post what they're going to tell you when I ask the big question and I get there, okay? So welcome to the night. Let's get started. There's risk involved in trading. You saw that risk come front and center today, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Folks that are new, I'm Tom Busby, a former Air Force officer. I think strategically and tactically on everything I do in the market. I've been an active trader for a long, long time. Former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the largest exchange in the world. And I've authored 3 books, Winning the Day Trading Game, The Markets Never Sleep, the 24-hour market, and Trade to Win. And I work with students since 1996. My very first student I worked with was a man out of Seattle. His name was John Goforth. And boy, we've gone forth ever since John came to our class here at DTI. At DTI, we help you master the markets through education, training, and experience. Now, if you're new and you want to get training, I do a course inside the YouTube channel. It's called youtube.com/@TBuzzTNT. You can click in there. Once you get in there, you'll see a great bunch of lessons about things you won't get anywhere else in the world. I can say that because these are proprietary techniques that I have learned over my career, and I share them with you inside there. And people tell me, Henry keeps up with it, he's a student of ours, tells me just how great these lessons are. Now, click that bell if you want to be notified. Like tonight, they got notification. They could come and listen to us. They can't type into the chat room, but they can come and listen. Now, this slide right here, if you're new to options, I'd recommend you taking a picture of it, print it off. This will help explain the different type strategies that you can put together with options. I did it through relating to stock. I probably kept this on my desk for 5 years when I first got started in this business. It's a great layout that will help you understand if people start throwing terms out there like calls or call spreads or selling puts or put spreads about the action you expect to happen. It's cleared up a lot of theory in application for people. We have customer service live every day from Monday to Friday, 10 to 1. Go to dtitrader.com/help. Now test yourself, folks. Fill this out. Go and take this survey. This will help you. This will help you figure out what you know and what you don't know. It's a very small quiz, okay? Very small quiz. There's the link. Test yourself. In my opinion, the market sell-off today was very unique in a lot of ways. It opened at its high last night and never looked up. It continued down throughout the night, Asia, Europe, early this morning and all day long, okay? Not until we started tonight's session did you see a rally in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, okay? Now, Seven Sisters are still positive for the year. E-mini, NASDAQ, Dow, DAX, June. Write this number down. Write this number down. If the market did continue down, your next stop would be S&P. Write this number down. 5389. For the NASDAQ, your next number would be 18,835. That would be your next stop if the market turns south tomorrow. Everybody got those numbers? That is a perpetual support level for the current market. It's way below where we are, but I wanted to give you those numbers. Now, my top 10 tickers. Does everybody see Tesla right there? Tell me if you see Tesla. I gave you this Sunday night, and I said, if Tesla goes below 234, you can make money being short. If you'd have sold 100 shares of Tesla at 234 when it broke 234.40. This is one of the most valuable things we do each and every week on Sunday night. Tesla tonight is at 215. Do you think you might want to learn how to do this? What about the QQQ? I said if the QQQ breaks 472.40, you ought to go short. Look where the QQQ is tonight, 464. That's 8 points, folks. You get this every week with me with my 10 tickers. I hope it helped you. The other numbers, if we got higher than, never happened. But the two trades this week have been the QQQ and Tesla. Any questions about this slide? How do you get it? Be on my Sunday night planning. Who gets invited? My T-Buzz All-Stars. Every now and then, I will invite other people, but the one that's primary done for the planning session on Sunday night is my program of T-Buzz All-Stars. Okay? Everybody see it? That's pretty good stuff. Imelda, I would tell you, you got to learn from old school how to compute this, but it's very valuable. That one slide there would have paid for a lot of education if you just listened and wrote those numbers down. So when I tell you, write these numbers down, there's a reason. Now, here we go. Those of you tonight, I want you to introduce yourself as some of the greatest traders that the world has ever seen. Today, we bought a call option on the XSP at a key time. When we did, we sold it for 13 cents. You say, how can that be? How can you do this? Who made that trade? I want my people to copy and paste and let the people that didn't make it see the program I'm talking about. I call it find time for a dime. Dave said he made 30%. Way to go, Dave. Student of ours. All right. Other people. Eric made it. Eric Cox. Jim made it. You're meeting some of the finest traders in the world. John beat us all. He got in at 9 cents. Some out at 16 cents. Mike, 9 at 14. John at 9 at 30. Are y'all getting a picture about my fine time for a dime? Are you getting a picture? Tom got 100 contracts, 9 cents for 13. Nice trade, Tom. Lynn got it. Mark got it. Mike got it. Bruce got it. Everybody here, welcome. Meet the best traders in the world, because they did that. And people must have thought I was crazy when I did it, because the market was falling down. It's not supposed to work that way. I picked the right ticker, the right time. Tomorrow I will show you this again. Tomorrow afternoon, be there. That's what we're going to talk about tonight, because I don't want to leave anybody behind. Tomorrow morning, you got the GDP announcement. It will move the markets big time, set up other opportunities. You know, I used to pay 25 cents, but I really sort of perfected find time for a dime. How many people like to find time for a dime versus paying that big, hefty price of 25 cents? God, I love it. Makes the math simple, doesn't it? They say it's like watching Houdini. Karen says she loves it. Now, most folks are paying a lot of money for options. Not us. We can trade it on any stock like Apple, NVIDIA, indexes, or whatever at the right time. The new way that I discovered to go in for a dime, people love it. Trades that only cost 25 cents max, straight calls, straight puts. Tom says I'm a master, whether it's a dime or a quarter. I know, but I love the dime, Tom. I love the dime. I told people the story when I was a teenager. We used to go to a drive-in theater, pile into the car, about 10 of us, and they called it fine time for a dime. They didn't know what fine time for a dime was, did they? Pretty cool. Like the quick double, 104%, 182%, 214%. Pretty impressive, right? This program has got an impressive record, and it's getting better and better. The details of the program I kept to myself for a couple years, and I opened it up, and now people are getting to see. The 25-cent trades with my top students love it. Like John from Idaho, makes him feel like Mr. Big. How about the 400% from Jim? He made that trade today. Oh, Carl, he did good too. Look at that, 5 times. Now, typically people know me as a grinder in the market, okay? I refuse to touch these inexpensive options. I was usually a seller. These type of options typically lose money. Not anymore, do they, folks? Because we pick our time. We pick our time. Discovery, led by myself with the help of our experts, put it together, and my whole perspective shifted to these times during the month. That's because on very specific, predetermined date, tomorrow is one of it. The hit rate was 78%. It's a lot better than that now. Check it out. Do your due diligence. Like in January of this year. Looking at charts, we're out of the bear market, roaring higher. There it goes, making highs. What would guess? No guess when we do find time for a dime. Born, but on January the 10th, none of that mattered because January 10th was a predetermined date on our calendar. Big news. Takes 30 seconds to place it. Basic call option works. Bagged 194%. It gets even better because the very next day, January 11th, was marked on the calendar too, just like tomorrow. 23 cents on that one. And here's what came next, 264% gain. Enough to triple investment in one trade. If you want to erase what happened to you today in the depletion of maybe stocks that fell that you own, be part of this. You can erase a lot of sins for 10 cents at a time. Now, say you start with $500. That's not much money to put in the market. You would have walked away with $2,293 in profit. Definitely something you got to have part of your plan. Average Joe brings in about $63.98, and that's pre-tax. The average monthly expenses in the U.S. have gone upward. You know about that. Go to the grocery store, $78.75. Most people are sliding backwards financially. In fact, today they had a report, and the report said, on our doorsteps is a recession coming. Did y'all hear about that? About the rise of the rates and all that. I hope you heard about it because guess what, folks? You got to have other ways to bring in money. 25-cent trades, got a little bit of extra help. $2,293 and some odd cents in profit, only taking 2 trades a month. Pretty good way to go. Look at what happened in January. We had one big loser and everything else was cranking, smoking with gas. 4 triple-digit wins. Now, these predetermined dates are laid out for the rest of the year. So you can plan your schedule around. That's what I like about it. These 25-cent trades work in a moment. Get your calendar, you get it tonight when you join, and got to be very frank. I'm typically not a directional swing for defense type trader. That's not the way I do it. Because as I've showed you over time, I will have winners and losers, and typically even the best swing for the defensive strategies take the biggest, most frequent losses. I don't. Why is that? Because I use a lot of techniques that most people don't even know exist. Now, I don't take big risks. I'm a grinder, like I told you. I built my career by being accurate at the right time, usually targeting 10 or 20% on most things I do. But it's fun to have these in the portfolio. Some of our top students have reached jaw-dropping goals using this strategy. Like Manny, 135%. These are not made up. These are real people telling their story, just like all those people that were part of that program today. 9 trades. Laura's a good trader. Look at that, 2,200. Denise said she had nothing but winning trades. Her streak's going. Shooting for 10 and 20, fairly high win rate has been my bread and butter. But with this strategy, if you'll learn it with me, I'll teach it. You can't. Hold it. Let me tell you what you should do. If you're not part of this strategy, you ought to fold up your options and go away. This is one of the best strategies that I can use to take people from a new option trader to an advanced option trader. Unlimited upside, just buying straight calls and straight puts. The way I started. The win rate plus the upside is off the charts, and simply follow along with these predetermined dates listed on the calendar right here. We've had a shot to watch these trades double, even triple. Now, like the next opportunity there in January, where most people are searching the internet, find out what people say, they'll be searching tonight too. They don't have to, they're in this program. Just meet me at 1 o'clock. Set your clock. 1 o'clock tomorrow. Anyone with their hands on the calendar, ignored all that nonsense, glance at the January 7th predetermined date, clicked a few buttons in your account, you're in, 101% in 24 hours. Now, of course, we don't have a magic 8 ball. I just know the date. Some of it's going to work, some of it's not. But over time, follow what I say. There'll be some winners and losers along the way. I've said that. Never bet the Formula League one. Make all your bets level. You set the amount of risk you're going to take on each trade. Divide the price into that risk. Get that many contracts and let it run. Now take a look at this eye-opening graph. Here's the background of the theory and the application. Those are dots when prices move 1% or more. Notice how few dots outside the main line. We're playing on the edges here, folks. That's why it's very important to know these dates. That's the past 10 years plotted on a chart. Each dot represents a single day. Between the lines is where most option players make their money, less than 1%. Where they lose their money is outside those lines. That's where they lose. We've turned that into winners by learning the power of the day. 1% or more. Stock market's flat about 70% of the time. Think about that. You're going to lose money buying calls and buying puts if you do it 10 times, if you buy it at the wrong time. Most of the time in S&P, there's not a lot of action in there. That means 7 out of 10 trade days, the market's stagnant. That's where you're going to lose money with this strategy. Options are eating time decay, and you're paying for it. It's no surprise the Chicago Mercantile Exchange reported about 76% of these options expire worthless. Are you following along with me? We're capturing those big days because we put a correlation together with the big news. And that's how it works. Whether you're investing or trading for a long time, make consistent profits, watch the markets go higher and higher, your retirement account budge because 7 out of 10 days it doesn't move, not because you're a bad trader, simply not smart enough, you just don't know when to enter and when to exit. You know, the majority of the time, the market hardly moves. And that's what crushes most trading accounts. But if you're able to hone in on the days I tell you with that calendar, you can plan for it, we'll get in. There's a time during that day you got to get in. That's something else that's a criteria. I'll teach that to you. Not random. They're predetermined weeks in advance. Those inexpensive options become very expensive. Like in February. Here's the biggest one that happened. Now keep in mind, February, things wasn't looking great, just like today. That's because for months, Wall Street has been baking in interest rate cuts. But the Feds had other plans. They didn't raise them, did they? News would make you want to sell your stock. But on February 21st, following along, 391% gain. I think we got another big one coming tomorrow. Hopefully you'll be part of it. There's a handful of key reports published by the U.S. government. Tomorrow's GDP in the morning. The next day is one of the biggest reports of the month, PCE. Now, you've heard of CPI and PPI. Those are big. GDP tomorrow. Unemployment's at the first of the month. The key happens to be expiration date. These reports are typically published in the morning before the opening bell, so you don't have a chance, do you? Not unless you do it the way I do it. The lucrative trading days we see it all year long. We find these options in the right ticker before these market moving reports hit the press. And sometimes they even triple at the blink of an eye. Like February 28th. What happened? 21 cents. Paid for that one. 8:30 the next morning, jobless claims report was published, and off we went. Before anybody had a chance, we were selling when people got caught up. Anyone invested $5,000 in regular shares, you had a nice pocket of $150. But anyone taking my 25-cent trade with that same starting stake could have seen $2,381 overnight. Now, I don't know about you. Wouldn't you like to follow along as we do these trades each and every month? Wouldn't you like to be part of this group and be able to post in here the next time we met? Who made that trade? That's about 16 times better than just buying the stock itself using options. Now, here's some technique. Like Tina and Peggy, been taking a 25-cent trade. They like it because they're easy to get in, a call or a put. Nothing complicated about that. Or Tim, easy to understand. It's correlated to the time of day and when the reports are there. By the way, I got to tell you, different times for each report. That's what makes it even trickier until I figured that out. March the 6th. Look at that. What happened? Probably stayed clear. Not us. We took our trade. We took our shot. Look what happened. They published a report. Maybe had dinner that night with an old friend or relative. And by the time the opening bell rang, I was up 134%, and you were up to a lot more if you followed along. Now, typically, we get a handful of these reports each month, about 5, and then there's a couple months you have things like Fed meeting next week. We'll take care of that one. Each one has its own tradable opportunity. They're powerful, and you got to be part of it. Now, look at this chart. Everybody see that chart right here? This is the picture. I want you to go to sleep at night, and I want you to dream about this chart because you're going to get part of it tomorrow. Look at this. S&P's a bull market. Hot run so far this year. What people don't realize, though, to highlight the major economic reports on that chart. They're highlighted. Taken out, remove those market moving days, and it explains why people lose money. Look at that chart. That's what you're looking at without these big reports. Earning folks next to nothing or losing money because they don't know what they're doing when it comes to options. Trading outside these predetermined dates is a dangerous game, especially when you use straight calls and straight puts. Fast track to losing money if you're trading options. But isolating these dates is a different story. And that's where the big money's made. The special calendar with all these dates mapped out in advance is what you get tonight. And then you get me leading you to the ticker and the price to pay and the target to take. Now, they're opening up 113 slots tonight. And all I have to do is take a quick trade of dates shown, 54%, 152%. And see, don't worry about the 10 cents. Think about the dollars you put at risk. If you put $1,000 on your stake and you make 152%, can you do the math on that? You see how this works? You can scale it without risking a whole bunch of money. How about 3 times what you put up? Are you liking what that sounds? $10,867.50 in 24 hours. Power of the predetermined dates is there. Why not trade this way? Build your account. Now, can you go ahead and pick any option every time one of these dates pop up? Of course you can't. More to it than that. If it's that easy, everyone will be doing it. And no one's doing it because they can't figure it out. Except me and my team. The strict set of criteria set up, the time of day, entry, exit, all that's up there, the time to hold it. We filter out all the data. We make our play. We pay our price. We set our profit target. We go about our business. And we do all the heavy lifting for you. And you got your trade working. Basic call will work either in a 401k or IRA. These are great for these type accounts. And the results for the first 4 months have been nothing short of incredible. Winners are 75% of the time. We need to update this because I think it's better than that now. Look at that profit factor. Look at that profit. Unbelievable. 2.36 on our initial stake following the simple point. 1,000 would be worth $2,360. 5,000, 11,008. 25 cents. You can start as little as $25. Now you can start as little as $10 with my fine time for a dime, my new twist. And we call it fine time for a dime. Now, of course, regardless of how good the test of live trade has been, you know there's nothing certain in the stock market. Never can guarantee results. I don't have a crystal ball. But tomorrow I do have one because tomorrow I'm putting on a trade tomorrow afternoon. I'm excited about doing it because I got a big report on Friday. And my students are even outperforming results so far. Monica, she loves it. She likes them because she can set her risk based on her exposure, and she loves what's happened for her. Make it happen for you. Or Doug, hit a big one, 4 times as money. David, it's easy to forget your losses when you have big wins like we've had, right, Dave? And there's a reason I rushed this to you tonight because I thought it was timely. And giant shift in Wall Street, they're making it more and more available to you. If you know what you're doing, I'll show you, teach it to you, and you can't afford to miss out this time we open it up. Don't know when I'll do it again. But if you'd like to be on tomorrow's, get involved. Access your copy of the password protected. All the dates are listed. Let me hear from you right now. Let me hear from all those people that made that trade today one more time. Tell your story. Tell your story for the people that came late. Meet the best traders in the world because they're going to be back tomorrow for a repeat performance. Let me hear from you right now. Type in there. Tell me again. That's because early access to the 113. Now, once it hits that, we're done. The 25-cent trader will be put on the shelf and we'll go about our business. We call it Tom Busby's 25-cent trader, parentheses, find time for a dime. This is the only place in the world that does this. Never seen anybody try it before. Be with us tomorrow. Mark made 20% on his 5,000 he put up today. Right, Mark? $1,000. And you claim your limit of 113 right now. Come on board. The water's warm. Inside alert, get everything you'll get to get tomorrow. You'll be set up very simply. You'll get the date. The date will change to tomorrow's date. The ticker I'll be using. And of course, the price I'm paying. That's the key. The ticker I'll be using tomorrow. The analysis why. Price to pay, expiration date, all that's there. Buy me a call, buy me a put. Just copy it and take it. Have your shot. Uh-oh, Tom just set a record here. He bought it at 9 cents today on 100 contracts. Sold it at 13. Can you believe that? Way to go, Tom. 4,500, 2,500 would pay, 4,500 overnight. The exit alert comes with the buy. You don't have to wait around. We'll email it to you, instant access. We have a special channel to make sure you can go there and get it. That way, where you're at the beach with friends, out on the range, I'm teaching a class, you never have to miss out. Place the trade before the market closes, and then you're all set. And by the way, you need to place it before tomorrow's close. That brings me to the next piece of your membership. Very specific entries, very specific losses, and very specific profits. That way, you're always shooting for optimum gains while avoiding holding on to losers for long. That's really a big benefit. In the trade, maximum 4 days, 3 days is the optimum. Automatic exit. Take it down and get ready for another one. But not just that. If you're new, there's no better way to start than with the 25-cent trader. Even if you never trade, I got a whole course to teach you this. Get you up to speed quick. And there's no better way to learn options. I don't want to be cocky about this. I don't want to be cocky, but I'm very confident I can teach you. No spreads, condors, nothing like that. Special training will teach you how to do it from rookie to advanced, getting started with options made simple. And there's the reason I include this in-depth training. You see the 2020 pandemic, these major economic reports become more and more important, more impactful. You got to learn them. I'll show you what to look for. As powerful as time goes on. Wall Street's got it figured out. They're coming, so we got to be there for them. And that's why we're seeing them leverage these short-dated options at a rate like no time in history. No more. Now, most folks have no clue how to use these highly options. I'll show you how to do it step by step. Be with me tomorrow is all I can tell you. And my students absolutely rave about the opportunities I tee up for them. Rhonda loves it. Bruce loves it. Sue loves it. And it's a lot of fun, she says. It is fun. We had fun today. We did today what no trader in the last 40 years has done. My team, they wanted to make the offer off the charts. I didn't agree. I could charge twice as much to get people in this, but I don't. There's 113 available spots. $34.97 for a year, but hang tight because listen up. Here's the deal coming. There's only 113 with this big crowd. That's because 3 special bonuses lined up for early access. The VIP special, here it comes. That's lifetime, folks. Anyone who takes action in the next few minutes right here in this room gets that. You don't get 1 year access, not even 2 year. You get lifetime access to my inexpensive options. There you go. Let that one over the years paid. Never have to pay again. One charge, you're in and done. Now, based on the data, that's a lifetime deal should be a no-brainer. 34 for 1 year is still a good deal, but the lifetime is a steal. Listen up, folks. He's getting ready to drop it. It's not $34.97 if you take this, but before I get there, you get 10x value guarantee. If I don't meet your expectations, guess what? You follow along, do what you want with it. After the year, you decide the gains ain't up to par. The education I give you is not up to par. And it's not 10 times worth what we charge you. Keep the trading account. That's how confident I am. Brings me to the final bonus. We took off. Here it comes. Get ready. We lowered the price at $25 a pop times 50. Take that away. Get ready. First on me. $12.50 off the price. $22.47 for a lifetime. Unbelievable. Drop the link, folks. Drop the link. There it is. It's only good for the 113 that qualify. They're going to fly off. Take it. Don't be on the outside looking in. Get in. Don't try to join to be that 114th guy. Go to dtitrader.com/250 or call 904-416-177. Don't want to leave anybody behind. Click the link in the chat. It's ready to go. All you got to do is tune in more. You saw those people posting what we did today. Brett, make sure you hurry. Make sure, Rochelle, I do it from side to side during the month too. Every now and then I'll teach you that. If you like money, of course. Jump in at this price, this very day, this very night. Go to dtitrader.com. Next date up on the calendar. Early access will know. That's tomorrow, I'm telling you. And then we're closing down to early access. They won't let me bring it once they close it down. dtitrader.com/250. Find time for a dime. Let's answer a few questions. How much money is needed? As low as $10 an option. I'm going for the find time for a dime. Tomorrow's will be find time for a dime. Will every trade be a winner? Of course not. No strategy is 100% of the time, but this is even better than my back test. Be part of it. Don't worry about the downside. We can go either way. Can you trade an IRA or 401k? Yes. What is this trade? Well, that information you'll find tomorrow and tonight when you get the training where you'll be ready to go. The dates are in the calendar for the year. 113 are available. Go to dtitrader.com/250. That's how you join. Roger, that's how you join. dtitrader.com. Click that link. It's right above your name. You can be there. You'll have lifetime access. Your first trade will happen tomorrow afternoon. You'll be notified in Telegram. You'll be notified in email and text. Be ready to go. And by the way, you can already do your planning. The trade I'll do tomorrow is 10 cents. I'll pay 10 cents for an option tomorrow that will have an expiration date. All you got to do is show up and get it. Come and get it, folks. Come and get it. We got 113 available. 130. Well, Oscar said he's in. We got 112. Roger's in. 111. They're going fast. 110. Jeff's in. All right. I'd like to wipe out the whole 113 and say, thank you very much. Any questions? Ask the question. How many people can come here at night and say to my customer, hey, post what you did tonight, and you start seeing all that success? Be part of it, folks. It works, and all you have to do is take that step and take this price, by the way, $22.47 for a lifetime. Give me a break. I think I smell a big one tomorrow. To set up in the system, Roger, let me ask you a question. If I give you a ticker, I give you an expiration date, and I give you a price, how long does it take you to put the order in? You tell me. Ticker, expiration date, and price to pay. And then I'll give you a price to exit, by the way, on that same correspondence. Yeah, I think you can do it in less than 5 minutes. I do. I do think you can. Roger said he could do it in 2, but I think 5's being generous. Yeah, I have some training from time to time because I like to show you different techniques. There's 5 major reports a month. When you have, there's eight months out of the year that have the Fed meetings. We'll always do one there. And then there's special events. For example, when there's special news about certain tickers, I'll do setups for this. The trade will come out after 1 o'clock tomorrow, Roger. 1 o'clock Eastern time. The trade to come out. You have 2.5 hours before the close. Actually, about 2.5 hours to get the trade on. Oscar, you're the first one through the door. Yeah, I tend on the second day, I got to tell you, on the second day, I tend, okay, to do it closer to the close on the second day. Today I did it 1. Tomorrow I'll probably do it towards the end of the day. Of course, it depends on what the market does, but generally speaking, I like the second day that I have one of these things towards the end of the day. And we roll, you take the profits rolling in. You saw what people did today. Thomas, I was going to add to it, but what happened was it started moving, and I said, well, this is good. Sometimes, the market waits for no one. But tomorrow, I always like the second day after the first day. I always like that PCE report. Let's do some math. Okay, let's do some math. Let's say you put $1,000 up. Okay, do you think you're going to lose $1,000? No. One of the techniques that I put into the thing is time on station. Did you hear me say that I hold these things only about 3 days? Did you hear that? That's a key part where we're just not throwing it out there and losing what we put up. In fact, we've had 2 trades that they depleted, went against us on the report. We took the money that was left over. I think like they were 5 times for a dime. We took 6 cents, rolled the 6 cents and made 15. That's another little technique I'll teach you. I got all kinds of techniques for this thing. Just ask the people. Dave, don't you think do you like this program better than all Sullivan? This is one of my favorites. One of my favorites. I want you to visualize this. What if I hit one of those 3 or 4 for 1? Say you put up $1,000 and we go 3 for 1. Would that give you a scholarship for this program off your first trade? Let's set some high expectations tomorrow. I'm sort of aggressive now. Might not work. We know that, right? Let's be a little aggressive tomorrow. Any other questions anybody has for me? Any other questions? Don't hesitate. That's all I can tell you. Don't hesitate. All right. Thank you for being here. I don't think Biden talked for more than 10 minutes, did he? He must have signed into my webinar. Who knows? Y'all have a great night. I'll see y'all tomorrow. As I always say, I'll see you on the flip side.